Okay, I want to show you a trade here using the box. This is a 1,000 tick chart. We had this signal right here and then it pulled back right here, but I didn't want to take anything right here going into the CP. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually see if we can get in right here, and we'll just go a tick in front of this, so that would be at 10. And we'll just do there. So yeah, so here we go. Let's do this. We'll do a buy limit and we'll just move it up to 10. And then what I'll do is I'm going to buy, if it comes down here, I'm going to buy 2 more. And then what I would want to do is get out of this at break even. And then my risk is really going to be down below right here. So they'd have to break 06. So what that means is that I'm really looking for, if this is my entry, I really want to see 14 for my target. So let's see if I can get filled here, and then we'll see if we can get to 14 for the target up here. Okay, so I am filled on this trade, and we'll just see if it'll move. I'm gonna move this to here. That'll give me a 1-to-1, so the risk that I'm taking with, let's say, down here. So I'm gonna move the stop up just below that, and then a 1-to-1 risk would be up to there. So we'll just see if that is going to play out that way. It might come down here and give me, it might only come down to here and then go, but that's okay. I'll hold through this. I'm willing to take, it's a numbers game at the end of the day. I'm willing to take the risk of, you know, probably the better trade would have been buying down here. But we'll just see if this will get some follow through and push through here a bit. And if not, it's fairly likely that we'll have an opportunity to get, even if it came down here, pretty likely we'd be able to get this first one off at break even. So we'd want to move this down to here, and then we'll have this, unless it really just starts to take off, then I'll hold all of it. Otherwise, I would want to try and get this part off at break even. So we'll just see how. So I'm not too nervous about doing anything with this position just yet, because I'm going to buy it again down here if it comes down here. Otherwise, I'll just hold it and see if it'll make a push up into here. So let's just see how that all plays out. So the 5-minute candle closed about 10 seconds ago, and it's a doji on the 5-minute candle. And so that gives you an idea of basically for 5 minutes the market went nowhere. Probed up, probed down, didn't really go anywhere. Overall, to me, it looks like it's holding this CP that's held within 2 ticks. So that gives me a bit of extra confidence on that. So we'll see how this goes. It's just, I mean, this is trading. It's not really meant to be thrilling or exciting or fun. It's just, it's a business decision, and I'm making a decision based on certain kinds of odds. And odds are that more times than not, this trade is going to work out, and I have a plan for how I'm going to manage it in a couple of different scenarios. And if the whole thing goes bad and I end up losing on the trade, then okay, that is what it is. So, you know, just I'm not too, you want your trading to be pretty boring. I think that's the problem a lot of people fall into, is they are looking for it to be really thrilling or exciting or some great adventure or something, and it's just really not the way that trading is meant to be. So I'm going to move my stop here below this, and it gives me a point of risk. If it can move a little bit more, I'll move it up to break even. But at this point, if it stops here, I'll try and buy it again here. If I get stopped out, I'll try and buy it again up here. So I can I can do a little bit with this. And if it comes back a bit, I may just end up closing the trade out and see if I can buy it a little bit lower. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But right now I'm looking for it to get back to 14. That'll pay me one time what I'm risking. There's a little bit that it'll need to get through here. That 10 area was important. This 12 area can kind of hold things up, and you can obviously see this little swing right here at 12. So I needed to get above that, and then I need to take out this 1350. So at this point, I could see coming back to 10 again, Although one of the main things I've talked about and really emphasized and stressed over and over and over again is that the main strategy of what you want to be doing when you're trading the box is you really want to be making sure that you're managing your risk. So I'm going to move this up to break even. And the main thing here is at this point I don't want to turn this trade into a losing trade. So just one thing that I want to point out here that I generally look at, especially on these tick charts, one of the things that I see is that we have this area right here where the market kind of stalled out, right? You know, I'm looking at the tops of these, in this case on the move up, I'm looking at the tops of these blue ones, which are the down bars. And you see right here, we have this, and basically it comes right back right here at 10 quarters. So at this point, if it comes back down here and it gets me out, that's fine. And this is not really the most ideal box trade anyway. I mean, you really want to trade the box when there's momentum and the market's really moving. That's not the kind of market that we're dealing with right now. And so this move is really fine down here to this 10 quarter right here. If it comes down here, that's fine. I'll get out at break even and I'll try for you know, getting in down here. And obviously there's things that I could do if I wanted. When I saw this spike here, I could move my stop up to 11.5 if I want, but that's really only a point and a half, and I don't want to cut my winners short and then let my losers go. So, you know, it doesn't really, that's not really the point of it. I know that there's a better chance than not that we're going to go up to here. And so in the long run, I'd rather let that play out. If I come down here and it gets stopped out, and look, it could go a lot of ways. It gets stopped out to the tick, and then it could run, or it could come down and just go to right here, and then it could turn around and run. And I might have to try and jump back into it again. But at this point, that's sort of a risk that I'm willing to take. It'd be good if we got back up above this 12 again right here. So let's see if they can do that. Otherwise, I would be content trying to buy it down here around 07 again. So, although if I got stopped here, I might try it here, and then I might try adding a bit lower. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll have to see kind of how it plays out as it develops. But there's a reason I moved my stop up to here, and we'll see how this will work out from here. There's a couple of things you can do here. You could move your stop up here. So basically at 13, so you're either going to get 3 or 4 points on this trade. It's up to you, you know, how you want to treat something like that. But at this point, you know, they could come back down here again to, let's say, 12.75 or 11.25. So we're hitting it right now. And of course, it depends on where you are in the queue and how much size you have on and all of that kind of thing. But the main thing is that it's pretty likely, anytime I've done a review video or anything where I've shown the box, I usually want to see it trade through this if I'm going to count it as being filled. So there you go. Okay, so that is, I mean, it's really that simple. We got the buy signal, but we waited for it to get above the CP. That's why I love using these with prediction points. Came back, we bought one tick in front of the CP. We had a 4-point profit target, and that just filled. And, you know, a little longer and slower than what I would like, but it's what the market's giving us today, and we just take what the market gives us and we go from there. So you can use the link below the video if you want to go sign up for the box and use this in your own trading. I think it's a phenomenal tool,